The show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead is back on your screens. First episode of 2025. Happy New Year to you all, football fanatics and the football fraternity at large. Good afternoon, welcome to it. This is All Things Football. The show, however, starts on a somber note following the passing of two great South African artists in Vitsabu Pape, known as Doc Shabeleza, who's being laid to rest. Also, Winnie Kumalo is also being laid to rest today as we speak. May their souls rest in peace. Condolences to their loved ones, family, friends, and the music fraternity at large. Good afternoon. Welcome to All Things Football. My name is Apiwe Roto. Plenty to talk about as far as the show is concerned. It's your favorite online preview show. It's back for the first time in 2025. We're heading for those 100, the 100th episode. Plenty to talk about as far as football is concerned, including the date, the draw for the AFCON, which has the date has been decided. And news making headlines. Let's get started with those news. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you take a liking to the show. Hit that like button, comment at the bottom of your screen, hit that like button, and of course ring the bell for future notifications of the episodes that may for new episodes that premiere every Saturday. The Amava Network is the name of the YouTube channel. Onto your news making headlines. Of course, remember to go onto Instagram. The show is also available on Instagram. All things football 14 underscore, or you can talk to me in person at Apiwe Roto underscore 03. Onto your news making headlines, the world of football. We're talking careful revealed the date for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations draw. After during the EXCO meeting, which is the meeting of the executive committee, which took place on the 16th of December last year in Marrakesh, Morocco. CAF President Dr. Pedros Motsepe announced that the 2025 AFCON draw will take place on Monday, the 27th of January. Now, history is going to be made this year with 7 teams from COSAFA making the country, namely South Africa, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, just to mention a few. However, Ghana is going to miss out after finishing bottom of their group, missing out for the first time in 20 years, having last missed the tournament in 2004. On to your other news. And now I would have shown you the team. I would have given you the teams. However, you can go to kickoff.com for the rest of the story, as the due to technical glitches I'm unable to give you the full story. Onto the Kaiser Chiefs story that has been making the rounds. Now, Kaiser Chiefs have been getting grief with regards to signing new players. However, the football manager Kaiser Mutawong has finally commented on the position in the transfer window, stating that remember the Kaiser Chiefs fanatics have been vocal with regards to their criticism. They've been very critical of the club, citing the club being slow, and the transfer citing the club for giving the management grief for being slow as far as the transfer window period is concerned, accusing the club of allowing rival clubs like Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns to sign quality players despite being the cup kings of SA football. They've struggled in the transfer market, having last won a trophy in 2015. Of course, the frequent coaching changes have not done them any favors. Last season, if you remember clearly, they finished outside the top 8 and the 10th position, their worst position to date in the PSL era. Although he was not as forthcoming with supporters the way they would have wanted to. He did speak to the website, citing, and I quote, "It is not yet the right time to speak about it, but watch the space, things will come right," he told kickoff.com on Monday morning. Currently, Kai Chiefs are 6th on the table, having collected 18 points from 13 matches. Austrian Apollos is said to be a target among other players, while goal poacher Naledi Hlongwane is said to be promoted from development after after netting a brace in a DSTV Diski Challenge game over Galaxy, which Amakosi won 4 by 4 goals to 1. Onto our new other news, still talking Kaiser Chiefs. Safa's head of refereeing and Abdul Ibrahim has responded to the Kaiser Chiefs technical team as far as the technical team over criticism of Olani Quinda's officiating. The Belgium tactician and head coach Nasruddin Nabi uh, was uh, unhappy, after expressed dissatisfaction with the way the team match was officiated, which saw him get sent off in the tunnel for confronting the referee, particularly after feeling the game ended prematurely with only 3 minutes of stoppage time added instead of the expected five, following time wasting tactics, according to him, by Golden Arrows. A game which Kaiser Chiefs would go on to lose by an odd goal from captain Gledwin Shitolo. Uh, Abraham emphasized that, according to the laws of the game, only the referee has the authority to keep time during a game, citing that added time belongs to the referee, not the coaches. He stated in an interview with Kickoff.com, citing the referees determined how much time is played. This is referred to as the referee's optional time. Coaches and teams are always going to speculate and seek to protect themselves, but ultimately the referees make the final decision, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. The decision solely rests with the referee, he continued. However, Abraham noted that the decision regarding the suspension lies with the PSR and not SAFA, citing that decision falls to the league. If a player misbehaves and receives a red card, that's what matters. What happens afterwards is entirely up to the league, he goes on to explain. The league will assess the severity of the misconduct and of the that led to the red card, and that make a decision based on their competition rule. It could result in a 1 or 2 match suspension, or it could be more depending on the circumstances. Referees act on the field according to what they observe. Now, the Tunisian Belgium tactician is going to miss Amakos's matches, the one against Kukuni United tomorrow, and of course the game against Free Agents FC in the Nedbank Cup, which is going to take place next week. On to our other story. Stellenbosch FC are currently in talks with TS Galaxy over the replacement of Jaden Adams and Tato Kiba, who was supposed. Now it appears that the player was supposed to arrive during the start of the season, along with Lutlogonolo Mojela. However, they could only get Lutlogonolo Mojela. Now, Jaden Adams has made his way to Mamelodi Sundowns. The 28-year-old is currently in the Cape Islands. Hence, he missed training midweek. This will be one significant transfer for both clubs, as the latter will be brought in for as the former will be brought in for the latter as the replacement for Jaden Adams, who's now heading to Claude Gob to play for Sundowns as they endure take on CAF and their continental endeavors. Now, Kiba is no stranger to the PSL, having been a product of the Kaiser Chiefs development, making 13 appearances in all competition where he has made a huge impact and great contributions. His future now lies in Stellenbosch, who is expected to join the team, which are making waves continentally. And are going to are set to make the and have currently qualified for the quarterfinals of the Confederations Cup on debut. The 28-year-old is viewed as a valuable addition to the Stellenbosch squad. Kiba shares similarities with recently departed Adams, so it's a like-for-like kind of replacement. Both players are known for their vision, their pass ability, work rate, and also have a liking for scoring crucial goals. Stellies currently prepare for the next phase of the Confed Cup, the quarterfinals that is, and Kiba's arrival could prove a much needed depth and versatility. Following on to our other story, we move into the continent. Following Ghana's Ghana's failure to qualify for AFCON, they've been called to have the entire technical team sacked. And it continues to be a topic after the Black Stars failed, the four-time continental champions failed to qualify for the continent's biggest showpiece, something they haven't done in 20 years. The four, Now this was the first time since 2004, and this has led to reports that the technical team could be sacked. Now the Black Stars finished bottom of their group after losing to Niger in their last game, finishing bottom to Niger and Sudan among the few. Ghana's shocking failure to qualify continues to be a contentious topic in the press, as some believe the coaching staff should be relieved of their duties. Now, in a statement that was made, with reports that with the reports that are making the headlines, former Black Stars defender and Mohamed Gago argues that the head coach, Abdo should also be one of the Otto Addo should also be dismissed, citing whenever a team or any team wants to dismiss the technical team, I think it should start from the head coach because you are so responsible for what is happening. Gargo told City Sports Online. You give instructions to your assistants for them to carry on the business of the day, it being the training session, it being the preparation, and otherwise. So I think if that is going to happen, then the entire team must go so they can bring a new technical team who can probably do better and not sack the assistants and leave the head coach, because as I'm saying, in some of his post-match interviews he took responsibility for everything that happened. Now there have been talks of a Belgian tactician and a Serbian tactician coming to take the helm. Of course, they're going to come in with pressure because they're going to be expected to go with the expectation of taking the side to the 2026 World Cup, which is set to take place in the United States and Mexico alongside Canada. Kaiser Chiefs, in other news, have signed said to sign SuperSport United defender Tashrick Morris. Are said to sign Tashrick Morris. This comes after the 30-year-old joins as a free agent, having had his contract short-term deal with SuperSport expire. Uh, Now it was reported, according to Kickoff, that the show he was on a short-term deal, which recently expired. While on the other side, the winger Kyle Chiefs winger and DRC international and Christian Sile is said to be loaned out to the Pretoria-based side of with the likes of Amazulu and Chippa United said to be interested in his services, having failed to step in his authority in the Kaiser Chiefs starting lineup, and is often been on the receiving end of this criticism for his error-laden displays. Now, in news, make in a story that in a quote that was made, and it said that SuperSport United are hoping to get Christian Saile until the end of the season, while Morris will join Kaiser Chiefs on a permanent basis. The idea behind Tashrick Morris joining Kaiser Chiefs is to aid Kaiser Chiefs' scoring areas. I'll would bring it back home. Bloemfontein Celtic could be back in the PSL. Kaiser's Bloom Celtic could be back in the PSL. The Green and White have been campaigning in the ABC Motsepe League after selling their status to Royal AM in 2021 due to financial constraints. A story that was reported by Kickoff.com, reporting that a business consortium between Marimo Gallants and Celtic chairman Max Chabalala to purchase the famous name and trademark was currently being negotiated. However, Chabalala did not sell the trademark name when he sold the status to Trinity Twasha, and after a strategic move by the consortium led by Ghana's chairman Abraham Silo, which brought the status of Morocco Swallows. One of the main priorities was to buy the name. This was after they also relocated to Bloemfontein and play their home matches at the Dr. Petrus Malamela Stadium. Initially, negotiations between the consortium and Chabalala, who wanted 5 million rand for the naming rights of you, were not so successful, as the Solele boss allegedly wanted more and stake in the new establishment. However, this has led to believe that a deal has been struck between Gallants and Chabalala to rename the club Bloemfontein Celtic after the side withdrew its parties after the latter withdrew his team from participating in the ABC Municipal League. In a story, in a report that was in a note that was made, in a note that was written, the note reads, "Quote: We regret to inform you that the Bloemfontein Celtic Football Club has taken the decision to withdraw from participating in the ABC Municipal League with immediate effect. Chabalala wrote to the league this week in a letter leaked to kickoff.com. In the best interest of the Free State Province and football lovers in general, the club has taken the decision to dispose its name and trademarks to a suitable consortium which is best positioned to obtain a professional status that will see Bloemfontein Celtic resurface in the Premier Soccer League. It is against the above background that, although not limited to, that we apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused." After the talks now were not successful, Gallants had a new moniker, Suelele Samarumo, as they said, changing the club colors to green and white as they strike a deal with Celtic supporters who demanded an official affiliation. On to our other news. Yes. On to our other news. We're still talking Celtic, by the way. Celtic have now been purchased by new owners, and they are planning to buy their current as they're planning to sell their status as they are planning to buy Premier Soccer League status. While we go in Europe, Premier League football, the Merseyside derby has now been rescheduled to play on the 12th of February 2025 between Liverpool, Everton, and Liverpool, which will be the last Merseyside derby in Goodison Park before Tottenham move to their new home stadium. This happens after the original Merseyside derby was supposed to take place on the 7th of December. However, could not happen due to bad weather, due to a heavy storm that took place in Liverpool on the day leading to the postponement of the derby. Now, Liverpool have made the knockout phase in the Champions League and will not contest the playoff, so it will not affect the program in any way. On to your results, making headline during midweek results, we saw West Ham taking Fulham by 3-2. Chelsea and Bournemouth played to a 2 draw. Manchester City and Brentford also played to a 2 draw. Nottingham Forest and Liverpool could not be separated, playing to a 1-0 draw, while Everton fell short on David Moyes' return to his old club, losing by a goal to nil to Unai Emery's Aston Villa. Leicester City on the receiving end of their sixth loss in the Premier League to Crystal Palace. Not so lucky for Rod Freddy-Savoy, the new mentor, losing by 2-0. 3-0 for Newcastle against Wolves. Arsenal proved too strong for their North London rivals, doing a double by 2-1. Thursday, we saw Ipswich Town going down by 2-0 to Brighton, while Ogate was saved the blushes by his teammate after netting an own goal in the first half. Had his blushes saved by Ahmed Diallo with a hat trick in the last 12 minutes of the game. Last night we saw Betway Premiership results. SuperSport United going down by an odd goal from Oswin Apollos, while Cape Town City came from a goal down to win by 2-1 to give coach Machine Etugal his third win in his fourth fixture. As what you can expect today, there's two matches on the PSL. Golden Arrows will take on TS Galaxy at the Mpumalanga Stadium in Hammersdale, while we see Chipa United and Marumo Gallants. Kickoff for that fixture is at 8 p.m. Tomorrow, our only PSL game will see Kaizer Chiefs take on Skukune United at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Makesi FC take on Mamelodi Sundowns in what should be a grudge match on Wednesday after the Collie knockout final. Amazulu will welcome Stellenbosch on Thursday, alongside Orlando Pirates, who will also be traveling to Royal AM. English Premier League fixtures, we'll see Newcastle today take on Bournemouth, the first match of the day. West Ham take on Crystal Palace in what should be a entertaining London derby blockbuster fixture. Brentford take on Liverpool. Leicester take on Fulham, while Arsenal will take on Aston Villa. Unai Emery facing his former employers. Nottingham Forest will take on Southampton. Tomorrow we'll see Nottingham Forest take on tomorrow we'll see Nottingham taking on Southampton, I beg your pardon, while Everton will take on Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United face Brighton and Ipswich Town will face Manchester City. Monday night football will close the weekend with Monday night football. Chelsea taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. UEFA Champions League returns this week, and we'll see Tuesday AS Monaco taking on Aston Villa. Atalanta taking on Sturm Graz, Atletico Madrid taking on Bayer Leverkusen. FC Barcelona will travel to Benfica. Zvezda Zvezda will take on PSV Eindhoven. Liverpool will take on Lille. Club Brugge welcome Juventus. VfB Stuttgart take on travel to Slovan Bratislava, while Borussia Dortmund will visit Bologna. On Wednesday, we'll see RB Leipzig take on Sporting Lisbon, while Shakhtar will take on Stade Brestois. Sparta Praha will take on Inter Milan. Bayern Munich travel to Feyenoord, while Arsenal take on Dinamo Zagreb. AC Milan will take on Girona. Paris Saint-Germain take on Manchester City on what should be an interesting encounter. Real Madrid will take on RB Salzburg. And of course, we conclude with Celtic taking on Young Boys. And that's all we have time for. First show of the season. Yes, we're 2 weeks deep. Happy New Year. Wish you well to the year. Go out and be great. The world is your oyster. That's all we have from your favorite online preview show. Remember to like, comment at the bottom of your screen and subscribe onto the Apiwe Roto network. Ring the bell on the side, on your left side. Yes, your left side. Google notifications of new episodes that premiere every Saturday at lunch hour. And that's all we have time for. Enjoy the show and enjoy the football. We're back next week. My name is Apiwe Roto. This has been All Things Football. Till then, let's give it a day name and call it a day. Take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.